Hi, good morning, everyone. I'm sorry I can't be at the meeting today. I have some engagements outside Colombo, but there's something very important that I have been thinking about, which I thought I should share with you today. So that is why I'm sending you a small presentation, which will be about 10 minutes for you to listen. We are all quite aware of the ground realities that the hotel industry is facing now. We have had a very poor winter, and the summer is also going to be bleak. So the crisis is only going to worsen. However, I stumbled on some interesting facts when I was reading up about Sri Lanka tourism. I find that there is still a lot of interest among potential tourists to come to Sri Lanka. Sri Lanka is still on the top of their minds. However, the negative publicity we are receiving internationally about the hardships that the country is going through is nullifying these interests. And that is causing a sense of guilt, I think, in the minds of the tourists. They want to come to Sri Lanka, but they feel that by coming, they might be using up resources and consequently Sri Lankans will suffer. This is far from the truth. Actually, you and I know that by a tourist coming to Sri Lanka, they are helping Sri Lankans because they are bringing in much needed foreign exchange. So that's the message we need to get out. But of course, we can't paint a totally rosy picture. There are some problems. But the important thing we must emphasize is that there is no security threat to tourists. All these problems are internal issues which affect us and in no way affect the tourists' holiday. We come once a month to our meetings and bemoan this fact and find fault with the SLTPP. Let's face the reality. The SLTPP is not going to get their act together in the short term. And what we need is some responses immediately to at least salvage something of the winter season. So my argument is, why can't we try something on our own, however small, in a cohesive manner? The need of the hour, therefore, is to get out to the media good stories about Sri Lanka to mitigate the negative publicity. In today's digital world, this is very simply done through social media. But it must be not in form of paid advertisements. It should be like personal testimonies from happy tourists. It should be continuous and focused, and speed is of utmost importance now. So here is my suggestion. What if we all get together and post on our own social media good first-hand experiences of our in-house guests, perhaps once every week or a few days? It will cost nothing, and you will only need a smartphone and an internet connection. But it must be well coordinated, it must be a common message, and it must be sent out immediately and on a regular basis. If we do all this, there will be an aggregation which will turn into a multiplier effect, and this could then have a bigger impact. This is what you call crowd marketing in marketing parlance, where lots of small promotional campaigns add together to create something big. All these stories must then be collated and publicized through the THASL website or Facebook page to be more cohesive and impactful, in addition to the individual postings of the hotels. But if we are to do that, TESL has to have a strong social media presence. I'm sorry to say that the current TESL website and Facebook page are virtually dead. The website has 585 followers, 5,824 followers, but the last update is in July 21. We have 5,000 followers on Facebook, and the latest update we have is from December 2020. While I was looking through the websites, I found something very serious and alarming. When you go to our website, THASL.lk, this is the message you get. So something is radically wrong. But, however, there is another website, THASL.www.triad.lk, which is reasonably active and has a lot of postings, although they are old. So I'm very concerned how this came about, because the domain is ours, and how come someone else is using our name with their name also tagged into it to publicize this website. So this has to be looked into, and even this site is outdated. It still has COVID data, and just to check out, I looked at the Slido website. In that case, there's no issues whatsoever. It is very clearly slido.com, and they are reasonably well updated with updates even up to December last year. So this domain name problem is quite serious. I would urge the President and Committee to immediately look into this and resolve this. THASL.lk should be our domain, and we should own it. Now let's get back to my original suggestion. Let's look at the message. As I said, the message must be correct, clear, concise and common. We should not beg tourists to come to Sri Lanka. That is the worst thing we can do. No tourist in their correct frame of mind is going to come to Sri Lanka because they feel sorry for us. Forget it. The message must be truthful, and it must highlight the benefits for a tourist coming to Sri Lanka. So something like, your visit will help Sri Lanka, so come and enjoy. Now is the best time. Might be something that we could work on. It is very vital to get the proper message across in these communications. These are some of the examples from a recent training program I did in marketing. This is the way to position Sri Lanka in today's context, but definitely not like this. Don't beg, don't leave us. Please come and visit us. Surely this is one of the most absurd campaigns that I saw on the internet. Now comes the all-important question, how? Firstly, yes, we can hire a PR company, pay them a high fee, and get them to do this for us. But this is not rocket science. It only needs someone who knows social media well, but more importantly, to be dedicated for this task. This is simple, not costly, and can be rolled out very soon, which is of paramount importance for us in the current situation. Let me give you an example. As you all know, I am very passionate about wild elephants and wildlife, and I have had my own elephant web page and Facebook page. Over the years, it has been there for about 10 years now, and this was yesterday. I checked. I have 41,000 followers. This has not come about automatically. Neither has it come through any special marketing effort. It is just me who doesn't know anything about search engine optimization. I know a little bit of social media. I don't know anything about TikTok and all these newfangled things. But I have been dedicated to this task because of my passion. Every day I try to post one small snippet or news item or some information on the site. I respond to every query within 24 hours. If I can't, I tell them, look, I will have to check and let you know. So what I'm trying to show you is that if there is someone dedicated enough to to be totally focused on this type of activity, there is a lot that we can achieve. So the other alternative is to do it ourselves. But it will be humanly impossible for any one of us to spend time on this because we have enough problems and battles to fight of our own. I am suggesting that THASL hires a few young, tech-savvy, social media knowledgeable young boys and girls who can be dedicated for this work. They will coordinate with us, we will give them clear targets, and they will have to work under our direction. But their whole focus will be on looking at this social media on a daily basis and updating it under our direction. They can be hired on a retainer basis and they can work from home. So if we are going to consider going ahead, what are the next steps? Firstly, we got to sort out the THASL domain issue on an urgent basis. Once that is done, we send out a circular to all our members about the plan and are explaining how they should go about it. In any case, I think a quick online training program might be necessary for all the hotel marketing guys to explain what they should be doing. Then we start getting the hotels to send out the messages through their social media channels, through their repeat client databases or whatever. In the meantime, TASL hires and puts together a small team, as mentioned before, and the team must be given an intensive training awareness of the project. The team then starts, firstly, making the TASL and Facebook websites much more interactive and up to date. Then they start collating and aggregating all the stories from individual hotels and we publish them through the revamped TASL social media network. We can try it for 3 months and monitor it. Monitoring it is no problem whatsoever because you can track the before and after scenarios by the number of followers, number of engagements, number of likes, website traffic. There are enough and more indices. And then we can decide whether it's worthwhile to establish a fairly more formal unit under TESL for this. So I believe there's no harm giving it a try. Thank you everyone for your patience. Goodbye.